All right, eugenics in the modern age. So eugenics was a thing, a while ago. It was openly promoted, but now it's no longer a thing. I mean, we know better now. Yeah, right. So modern eugenics in disguise, right? So we know that this kind of idea is just too it's a little bit like those people that will teach something, but then when you ask them if they teach something, they will say no, but they really do teach that. So eugenics is a thing. It certainly is more of a thing today than it was, a long time ago. So modern eugenics in disguise. While eugenics was openly promoted as a means of improving the human race, it has now taken a more subtle form. Birth control pills, particularly those with abortifacient effects, disproportionately target certain populations, effectively reducing birth rates under the guise of women's rights and family planning. So you look at the certain populations there. Well, who are they, and who will gain from those populations going down, right? Who will gain from the birth rate of those countries going down? It's certainly not, countries like, for example, Mali. Mali's birth rate is, close to normal. It has gone down a little bit, but certainly not as much as these other, birth rates are a disaster especially in the Western world, South Korea, Japan, China, stuff like that, a disaster, right? A complete disaster. Um, Population control, not empowerment. So the widespread promotion of birth control isn't about empowering women, but about controlling the population. Powerful interests have long sought to reduce birth rates among specific demographics, and abortifacient drugs serve as a tool to accomplish that goal. It is these powerful interests here that we're not even going to talk about because it doesn't matter. These are individuals. It's not a certain group of people or anything like that. No, and some people, they will say it's this, certain group of people. This is wrong. They're wrong. Anybody that would even suggest that, you know them to be just, a little bit on the racist side or whatever. But I mean, I don't. I mean, certainly not racist against anybody because these are individuals, wicked, depraved individuals, but they are individuals, belonging to whatever kind of family they belong to. It doesn't really matter who that family is. It matters who are. Let's say, for example, like me. I'm from the same exact family as Dr. Michelle Dow. Does that make me the same as her? No, these are individuals that are depraved and just wicked, exceedingly wicked. All right, so targeting the vulnerable, just as eugenics programs historically sought to limit births among the poor, disabled, or undesirable populations. Modern birth control campaigns often focus on lower income communities and developing nations, ensuring that certain groups have fewer children, while the elite continue to reproduce. Billions in that is debatable here. So that don't worry about that too much here. Billions in profits, millions of lives lost. Eugenics used to be about forced sterilization. Today it's about selling pills, which you're sterilizing yourself. That's the thing, right? You're selling yourself the lie that. To selling yourself a lie to sterilize yourself. You don't need to force anybody into sterilization. And that's why they get away with it because it's not about forcing sterilization upon anybody, which is bad, but brainwashing somebody to sterilize themselves. Basically lying to them. When I mean brainwashing, I really do. I mean these are lies. Um, to sell them freedom, to sell them debauchery, to entice them to sterilize themselves, right? Um, or this pill. So pharmaceutical companies make billions by pushing birth control as healthcare, all while ensuring fewer children are born, effectively achieving the same population reduction goal that past eugenicists pursued. The silent consent of lawmakers, eugenic policies of the past required government enforcement, but now they operate through regulatory agencies, NGOs, and international health organizations that promote reproductive rights without addressing the ethical and human cost of population suppression. So what is eugenics? Well, they want to lower the population of this group of people and promote reproduction in this other group of people. It's eugenics, and anybody that will start studying this, they will come to the false conclusion that eugenics was a thing of the past, and we're not we're not doing this kind of barbaric and cruel thing anymore, forced sterilization. Well, what are you doing when you're lying and brainwashing some underage girls to do what? To take these pills that would sterilize themselves. What are you doing? It is basically, I mean, they do have an option not to do it, but the brainwashing is designed to be so very, very powerful and enticing that all they have to do is just take this pill, and their babies will die in their wombs. Oh man. What an incredible story, man! And it snowballs and it snowballs. Eugenics in the modern age here. That's what we're going to be talking about here today. It certainly is not about women's rights or family planning. You're not planning to kill your children. You really are. You're sterilizing your own self, if that's the kind of pills that you take. Very sad story here. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'll see you in the next video.